Sorry. Hey, better late than never. I'm here for the video of the day. The reason is Fridays are a little bit trickier because every Friday at 8 o'clock my time, I do what we call Coffee with Jake. So all of our current broker partners that we have with the locker room have the opportunity to show up. We just meet for 30 minutes, talk about whatever, and solve the world's problems. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But here we go. Let's dive into the bowl and see what the question of the day is. I want to hear from you guys as well. Today's question is, what small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget? What small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget? Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's, I can't think on the fly without just sitting here blank for a few minutes probably, but I'll answer it this way, whether it was one specific instance I can remember or not, or the impression that I got from several instances, and that is this. The little things matter. You know, we grow up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees. We grow up hearing the money, or at least the idolization of money, is the root of all evil, which is biblical. We grow up hearing things also like, don't sweat the small stuff. And that's the one I've always had a bone to pick with. Don't sweat the small stuff. Well, I understand it in the right context, but in the line of work, and I think just in general, I actually do sweat the small stuff because it is the small things that generally matter the most. It's that little extra touch. People don't remember what you say, people remember how you make them feel. So that's the impression that I've gotten. Or what was the original question here? My fault. What small act of kindness were you once shown that you'll never forget? It's all of those little moments when somebody gets it. They get customer service, they get follow-up. It's not some canned robotic thing. I don't think we can over-systematize an authentic relationship. And so it's that person taking that extra minute to write a handwritten note and pop it in the mail, right? It's those moments where if you've been to Chick-fil-A, right, they say my pleasure instead of you're welcome. Those little things, and there's a zillion other examples, of course, to me, leave a mark. I don't remember necessarily what you said all the time, but how those little gestures, those little +1 experiences that don't take a ton of extra energy or time, but it's just thoughtfulness, tend to go a long ways. And by no means am I perfect at it. It's always up here in my brain of what can I do with this interaction so it's not neutral, right? I want you to feel a certain way, remember me, or whatever. And one of our prior coaches, her name is Stephanie, would generally insert this into our locker room systems as well. She would give us 3 criteria. Whatever we're doing, what is it that we want the other individual to know, do, feel? There it is. Know, do, feel. Know, do, feel. Know, do, feel. And it's that third one to me, because knowledge, here's what I want you to know and understand. Here's obviously what I want you to do, the call to action out of that. But it's that feel one that's tricky. And I've often found, as it relates to this question, it's those small random acts of kindness or that little +1 above and beyond gesture that just took thought. It's different. Think about a time you've been to maybe an all-inclusive resort, or my goodness, if you've ever been to a Ritz-Carlton, not that I have a bunch, but I've been to one, and I've read books about the way they go about their service. That's the ultimate +1, you know? Just the fact that when they greet you at the front, they know exactly your name. They make notes in their system about your favorite drink. I've heard, I don't smoke, but I've heard they also remember your favorite cigar, and they have things like that next time you show up to a Ritz-Carlton waiting in your room for you. Not to mention when you click on the TV, it says, hello, Mr. Dixon. Like, it's just those little things, those random acts of kindness that I've never forgotten, and I work hard to try and instill into those little moments, whether it's follow-up or appointments and drip campaign emails, whatever it looks like, that is that +1 memorable experience because it's just a little bit different. And that usually lands and makes people remember you and want to do more business with you or whatever the outcome is that you desire. So that's my answer for today, and I'm sticking to it. What small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget?